Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna airbrush our fish. Now the pump's gonna go on and off. I have no control over that. I may end up putting it underneath here one day because, well, we're coming winter soon, so probably not gonna happen. So we got our fish. Now what I did was I already pre-drilled the holes. I took a small bit, went all the way through so that it'd be pretty much centered. And then I just took another bigger bit, and then I just kind of rounded it out. You can see. And what that's going to do is allow me to set the eyes in. Now, eyes, I only have whatever's left of this guy until I start making my own. So it may not be the best, but we're going to play with that. First colors we're going to do with is our brown. I want to get my fish brown to start off with. Well ventilated area. Doing this inside, get a respirator or at least a box that has a fan in to suck the fumes out. I'm not saying it's okay to do it without a ventilated area, but we do have the door open, so we're okay. And that's going to be our first color. Now we have to let this dry because if you can see, it's very wet, but it doesn't take very long. I have another one here that I start painting. I'm going to add more brown to it. I really want to get that shade of brown on there first. Now, why am I doing this? I don't know. It's fun. You could do the rings too. It doesn't matter. These are all painted up too, I could tell. So once you got your desired color on, we're going to get this to dry. Now what I'll do to speed up the drying is I'll go get the heat gun, and I'll dry it up, then we can put another color on it. So I'll be right back. All right guys, so I want to show you something that I didn't come up with, obviously. I subscribe to a channel called Marling Baits. Now this guy, he's been doing lure making for a long time. Danny Harris mentioned to me, he says, you should check this guy out. Well, I've been following him for a while, and he does some pretty cool stuff. So here we go. This is a barbecue skewer, a barbecue rotisserie skewer. And this is what we're going to start using for when we go do our epoxy. What I did was I cut this thing's out to here. I cut it in half and literally just use these guys to put into the hooks. I'm gonna have to sand these down so they can go in a bit more, but they'll rotate. And even with the heat gun, it helps it so that the paint and or the epoxy won't just gravitate to one end. It has time to go round and round, and if you leave it long enough, it'll work. I just have to play around with this. You can see that even with the heat gun, it's kind of moving it, and I don't know if you can see that, but they'll fall off if I don't figure out something. Maybe put a little clip or something on there. But if I did, sand these down a bit or grind them down a bit, they'll fit right through. I wouldn't have a problem. See that one just fell. So you want to make sure that they don't fall. All right, so I'm gonna just dry these up. I'll be right back. All right, so next color we're going to go with is our yellow. We're going to just drop a couple of drops in there. And what we're going to do is take the yellow, we're just going to go bottom end and up. Maybe a little bit more under the belly. Not too much, right? Same as this side. Just a bit under the eye. Now we'll repaint the belly orange. There we go. What we'll do is we'll just set this down for a second. Take the other one, same thing, just at the tail and above the eye, or under the eye. And you can see that's giving it a nice yellow look. I'd like to maybe invest in some fluorescent things. But that'll be a later date, right guys? That's all it works. Alright, so we're going to let this dry, clean out our paint, and we'll be right back. All right, let's add our green. So we're gonna step over the brown. And we're not gonna go too much into the yellow, but we're gonna try to get it sort of on top of it just a bit. Now, I said this before, muscle memory is very important. If you pull too hard, you're gonna get a big blur of green everywhere. So take your time, practice with your finger. I mean, no sense am I an expert at this. I'm not even close to half the guys I talk to and know about how they paint. But again, I'm trying just like everybody else, and I'm having fun. And fun is what it's about. So just slowly adding green into the brown, sort of darkens it up a bit. And that's what we want to do. And we're trying to get a little bit over the eye. And again, same thing with wood. Change the angle up. Doesn't hurt it. Now, we didn't do no design to it. We didn't put no scaling on it because I'm still thinking and looking for what I'm going to use as like a screen or something that will make those little scale looks. You can always add it later too. It's not going to be the end of it. As you can see, it's turning out pretty good. Guys, anytime you get an airbrush and take your time and practice, you'll notice the difference. Things get better. If you're a hand painter, paint it by hand. It's not cheap getting airbrushes. There we go. We set it down. That one I'm having a hard time keeping in the rotisserie. It's because the eye hooks are bigger. Now, I did this one already, but I still want to add a little bit more because it's been drying for a little bit longer. Now we're also going to put a black and an orange on this fish. And that's where we're at with that. Let's let this dry. Put the black on. Right, guys. I'm going to press record again. That's okay. You didn't miss much. This is what I came up with. Crazy ugly colors. So I'm going to let these dry till tomorrow. And then I am going to put some epoxy with some sprinkly stuff on it, on the inside. And we're going to coat it, and we're going to see what it looks like. Then we're going to put it on the rotisserie. We're going to let it dry for the day. So maybe a couple days? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Not the best, but it's just all swirly paint. That's what I did. Was I took the airbrush after when I painted it, and then I just took a paintbrush and I just swirled around it. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when it's coated. Anyway, wait till tomorrow. All right, guys, we're back. Got myself a little bit of a beard skull happening. Got fucked up. Anyway, so here we go. We're using the new rotisserie. We ended up making a batch of epoxy. Unfortunately, I don't have small enough cups, so I had to make a little bit more. I tried to only make like less than less, but it's hard to do. I need little measuring cups. I have some, but I don't have any on me. So with a good amount of sprinkles in it, glitter, not sprinkles. So all we're gonna do, I got that one already going, is I'm gonna take, now I don't have any eyes for this guy, which is too bad because I'll have to make some or get some later. I was just taking them off the ones that I bought there, that little $2 one I was telling you guys about. So right now it's allowing, or it's not allowing, the epoxy to drip down and to come out into different places. I'm trying not to get too thick of a layer. Problem is this is just, again, a DIY, do-it-yourself kind of jobby, and I'm using the glitter that, you know, dollar store glitter. I mean, once this is in there, it'll stay. It's not going to go anywhere, so it's not like I'm really worried about it, right? So what we'll do is we'll just cover everything, make sure that it's got a good coating, not on the lip, but just enough to put everywhere, and hopefully when it dries, there will be enough sprinkles everywhere on it. So we'll see. Now, it is chilly today. Like, when I say chilly, I mean it's cold. It's only +6 here. It'll get a little bit warmer. I'm gonna shut the door. I even got a little heater I might I might start, you know, I've had them in my other videos during the winter-ish months, or close to the winter-ish months that I've been using. I'd like to maybe set that up. It's not, like, I don't find it cold in here, but I don't think the epoxy likes it. So what we'll do is just work on, until I get my table set up in the house. We'll do a little bit more here. Painting wise, I showed you yesterday what I did. Just kind of slapped it on there. This will give it protection, and it'll give it a gloss. And hopefully, you know, like I said, this will allow the epoxy not to just drip into one big spot. It's a great idea, I'm telling you. It's a great idea. Cheap. I mean, I just went to my neighbor's. I asked him if he had, I had one, but I don't think it spun like this. It was really slow. I think the motor was screwed on it. But if you have an old barbecue, you know, kind of rotary kind of thing, use it. Because all it's going to do is it's going to just make sure that the epoxy won't stay in one, or drip down like when we hang it up. Sometimes I have to sit there. I wish if I get a bigger one like this, or make another one, I can make bigger items on it too. Well, not too big, but big enough. So again, we get epoxy everywhere we can, as much as we can. Try to keep it out of layer. You can see it's got some shine to it. There's some little shines. I'm trying to get as much little, you know, in there as I can, but I don't want to overdo it, because then this will just be thick and I'll have to sand it down and it's not fun. So this is going to sit on here. Oh, I'm going to say, you know, till tomorrow. It'll just spin. It uses like little to no energy, so it's not like it's going to blow the hydro bill. So all we want to do is, as it's spinning, get it in there. Now, I know that we're going to probably have, you know, with the epoxy, it's probably going to stick to these things. Easy little fix, tap it out. What do you think? Is that kind of stupid or what? my wife's going to hate it. I don't care. Anyway, this is part 2 of what we're doing. We're going to wait for this to dry, and then we're going to test it out, see if it floats. Now, it'll float, but will it do the action of a, you know, just like a bought one? You know, we're not sure. I'm going to recycle the lip, make my own, don't matter. But then I got to look for some screening, because this is fine. I mean, it's just going to be simple. I'd like to get, you know, some scaling on it. Another thing that I just found out, and I didn't know about it, but I kind of think I knew about it, is foil. Not your foil from the house, but there's a heat foil wrap that you can buy, and then it's really shiny. And then you'll literally just have them all the time, the really shiny ones. And you can actually wrap those on there, and you heat them, and they stick, and you peel them off, and then you epoxy or you paint over it. It'll be another video, promise you. All right, guys, just remember, if I could do it, you could do it. Let's hope this works out. Choose your own path, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll show you what it looks like. All right.